What's up, it's your boy Big G, coming at you again with yet another video about my experiences. If you don't know by now, you know my resume, you know what I used to do. This is what I'm doing now. My book, Corruption Officer, I'm keep plugging my book because I'm telling you, this need to be read for anybody who wants to be a correction officer, married to a correction officer, got a correction officer in their family, going to the academy to be a CO. This book right here is your Bible. It's Corruption Officer, is available on Amazon, 5-star ratings, put out by Simon & Schuster, the biggest book publishing company in New York City. So I'm gonna get right to it. I'm gonna talk a little bit about myself and parole, work release, or any other program that allows you to get out of prison early. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. When I was on, right now it's called post-release supervision. Check it. Respectfully, there is no such thing as a cool PO when you fighting for your freedom. The most important thing you got, bro, is your freedom. And a lot of us learn from that first time around going to jail. We learn from that. Some people don't learn. I'm not judging nobody. I know I was STD, scared to death of going back to prison. Not because I couldn't deal with it, something like that, but that's not something I want for myself. That's not something I want for you. We all know that we hear the stories. And even if you survive prison, it's a victory. I'm not going to say that it's not a victory, but you still got an uphill battle with life, becoming a productive citizen, quote unquote. People still going to judge you. Jobs are still not going to open up for you. Places to live. If you got a felony, you can't live certain places. You can't take certain jobs. People always going to snub you. People always going to look at you a certain way once they find out you got the F attached to your name. Now, times is changing, and there's a bunch of jobs out here that take people with felonies. But I'm going to say this like this. With all the programs out there, with all the opportunities out there for you not to let jail define you, for you not to let your stint in jail be the end-all, be-all for you, it got to start with you, bro, or sis. It got to start with you. You got to want it. Like I said before, as a CO, I hear the cries for help. Can I get a drug program? Can I get work release? Or some kind of early release? Once you get that, I done seen people turn around a month later, back in on some BS because you were supposed to be in the house at 9, your PO was at the door, you got there at 9:05, he violated you. He's an a-hole. He's an a-hole. But the rules are the rules, and they're there for a reason, my man. You got to value your freedom. You can't look at him, sucker, CO, POs, it's whatever you want to call them. They have the power to send you back. You got to think about that. You got to, let your pride go, bro. Let your pride go, because the moment they send you back, you sitting right back in here. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to say this. I was proactive. When I was locked up, I knew that when I got out, I had to hit the ground running. What I did was they had an article in the paper for bus driver. Bus driver take people with felony, transit take people with felony, Parks Department take people with felony, DOT take people with felony, and Housing Authority take people with felony. You got to go out there and you got to want it. You got to block out everything. When you come home, my man, you got to say, listen, I don't care what I used to do. I don't care if somebody going to look at me. I said that I was going to work 2 fast food restaurant jobs just not to go back. My curfew was at 9 o'clock. I was in the house at 7 o'clock watching the Knicks. I'm going to tell you, my PO, I'm not going to call him an a-hole because he was doing a-hole stuff. I ain't had to be in the house till 9 o'clock. He'll pop up 7:30. I'll be right there. You got to show them, I hate to say it, you got to do this dance. You got to show them that, listen, I'm complying. I ain't being slick. I'm not going to do nothing to give you no reason about as much of an a-hole that you can be. I'm not going to give you no reason to send me back. That's the mental you got to have. A lot of people don't have that mental. You come out thinking you can do the same thing. You're going to get back on the block. You're going to get that work, and then you're going to be right back where you was at. Some people do it. To each his own. To each his own. If you think you're going to come back in here and come back out here and do the same thing, bro, hey, have at it. Right now, the older cats like me, them young boys got these streets, bro. They don't care nothing about your rep. They don't care about what you used to do or who you used to be. Nah. That's dead. That's dead. You should want it to be dead. When I was sitting in that cell, what happens with cell, especially with solitary confinement, 22 hours in, 1 hour to get on the phone, 1 hour to look out a window, to breathe some fresh air, and then you back in there. Sitting there with the walls closing in on you, thinking about what you did, how you got here. How the hell did this happen? I never thought I was going to get caught as a correction officer doing dirt inside Rikers Island. Everybody think they smarter than a fifth grader until that hammer come down. And I'm here to tell you, you got to rethink your steps when you step out that door. Humble yourself. And it's not even humble yourself. You got to think, I don't care whatever you think about me, I'm going to rock out and do what I got to do. If I got a year, 2 years, parole, probation, this, and that, I'm out here. If you're out here, you got a lady friend, whatever, you're home. You go to your job, you stick it out. You stick it out no matter the job. I got a job. Listen, I was a correction officer making almost, well, without the child support situation, I'd have making 6 figures, right? Because that's what some CEOs make. I'm going to tell you like this. When I came home, I figured I had a couple dollars. I was going to ride out, be easy, stay out of trouble, make my curfew, and just ride this little 1 year post-release supervision out. My PO had a different attitude. Like I said before, I knew I was coming home. So what I did was I studied for the CDL before I came home. So when I came home, I could take the CDL and possibly get me a city transit job. My PO told me when I had the appointment to go get the bus driving job, my PO said, I can't let you get that job. Because if you get that job, then your status is going to be right back the same as being a correction officer, and you're going to go back making that money, and you're going to start selling drugs again. I could look at him and say, no, I'm not going to do that, but then how? Can I tell him that if that's what I got convicted for? I know that I'm not going to go back and do that, but I had to show him that I'm not going to do that. And I can't say, yo, you know, as a being CEO, you being an a-hole about it, you know I'm not going to go and do that. He don't know that. That's his job to act like he don't know that. That's his job to act like, yo, you're going to go back in there. Now, you got some POs that say, listen, once you show them that you value your freedom and that you going above and beyond to stay out of jail, they'll fall back off you. And sometimes they'll give you early release because they got cases upon cases upon cases. And if somebody's showing that they're not going to go back to jail and they're going to do the right thing, of course, give them early release. But all that is up to you, bro. All that coming back, smoking and drinking when you're not supposed, when you know it's a chance that they're going to give you a drug test. I'm not playing with these cats. I'm not playing with these cats, and you should. My PO did things like this. I thought I was slick, had a little couple dollars. I ain't going to get no job or nothing like that. When I would go every Wednesday, I'll get there early. Let me get there early, be there about an hour or something like that. Let them see me, pitch test me or whatever, because I know I'm not doing no dirt, and I'll be out. You know what he would do? I would get there 8 o'clock. He'll make me sit there all day until 5. You ain't got no job. You ain't got nowhere to be. So when you come here every Wednesday, this is my time. And you're going to sit there. And he was nasty with it. Like he wanted to push them buttons, but I wouldn't let him push my buttons because I knew my freedom was more important than what you think about me. My freedom was more important than what you think about me. My freedom was more important than what my homies or what some chick or what somebody thought about the status I had before I got in there. Yo, Big G. Oh man, that's Big G. He don't fell off. Yes, I fell all the way to F off. And if I got to keep being humble and keep riding this wave right here till I get that paperwork that says I'm off parole, the day I went, my last day to get off parole, this dude took the piece of paper and he flung it at me. What was I going to do? When he flung that piece of paper at me, you know what I said? I beat him. I beat him at his own game. Now I'm off parole. Now that's half the battle. First job I got was a job. Now I went from making $100,000. First job I got was driving for an ambulance company, making $7 an hour. $7. I thought minimum wage was at least $7.15. I was making $7 an hour. Guess what? Happy. Happy that I wasn't in that jail cell. Happy that I didn't have to take my commissary, put it in a sheet, tie it to the light fixture on top of the cell, because in the morning, rats and mice will be all in your bag eating your commissary. I tied my commissary to the top of my cell, right, to stop from the roaches and the rats in my cell from getting in there, and you wake up in your joint, your bag be doing the Watusi because they don't find some kind of way to get up in there. How? Is that what you want to rock out with? I don't care how tough you are, how many dudes you don't knock down, how much money you don't make and everything. You're going to be sitting in that cell with the rats and the roaches, and if you're afraid of them, they coming through there, my man. They coming through there. So I want you to think about all that when you beg to get parole or some drug program, and you got to follow these rules and regulations to get your freedom, my man. That joint is priceless. That joint is priceless. You know how helpless I felt, couldn't do nothing for my kids, somebody messing with my daughter, my son. What you gonna do? Threaten them from the phone, my G? Now, be fortunate that you have a date to come home. I talk to people who told me they've been in 28, 30 years, got the life on the end of their joint, and they will give anything from that moment on to only have 20 years left, something to live for, a light at the end of that tunnel. You know what I'm saying? I seen cats come home and a cell phone confuses the hell out of them. My man came home after doing 25 years, the stoplight confused. He couldn't cross the street. You want that to be you? All I'm saying is value being on that parole or that post-release supervision. The appeal could be cool or could be an a-hole. You got to treat it like nobody's cool. This is what I got to do. I got to rock out. I don't care about that chick. I don't care about my mans. I don't care about that party. I don't care if it's my birthday. I'm not drinking. I'm not smoking. It sounds corny, but the corny Negroes stay out of jail. Yeah. The corny Negroes stay out of jail. You know what I'm saying? My PO was, I would come in there and he would try to talk some officer stuff to me, like I could relate to what he's talking about. But the moment I fall into talking to you because I'm an officer and I know, you still want to bring me back to let me know what I did, like I forgot. He came to my house one time. One of my homeboys knocked on my door. And I stepped out to talk to him. I'm in my socks and my gym shorts and a t-shirt. And I'm outside right in front of my door. He came off the elevator. And he's going to, because I was staying with my mother, he's going to open the door and yell to my mother, Gary is not supposed to be outside the threshold of this door after 9 o'clock. I just looked at him. But if that's what you feel you need to do, you're right, sir. I was wrong. I stepped right back in the threshold and I stood there and I talked to my friend. And before he got in the elevator, you have to close the door and be inside your home. Talk to you later, my guy. Close that door. Pride, mad. I know I could pick this dude up by one hand, smash him, all that, out the window. I did what I had to do, what's necessary for me and my family, for me to stay on the streets. And that's what it was. It's your boy Big G. I'm saying this because I want all you cats to take heed. This is, I mean, you might not like this video. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't like videos that's talking to them. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody outside on parole right now effing up and going back and mad at the PO. The PO got an option. Just like the CO got your life in their hands, that PO got the option to send you back. Or for nothing. For nothing. I think you're up to something. The main thing that I promote is I don't want nobody in control of my life, G. I don't want nobody to have that over my head that, listen, I'll send you back. It's bad enough that I think that any man or woman in the hood right now that didn't have no kind of police contact, you're a millionaire. No felonies, no records, no misdemeanors, no nothing so much as a ticket as hopping the train. Rock out. Because you got a future. I don't care how old you are. Once you get that F on your name, you can make it. You can make it. Don't think you can't. But once you get that F on your name, it's a little bit harder. You're judged a little bit more. And people feel that they got the right to judge you. You got a felony. I can look at you up and down. Because now I can justify not hiring you. Not giving you that job. And some jobs, like if you go apply for a job, most of the applications are online. As soon as you hit that box that says you got a felony, next. Don't even have to explain to you why I passed you up. Bro, sis, I want y'all to think about it. It's your boy Big G, the CO, and I'm keeping it 1 zillion with you. Do what you have to do. Do what's necessary. Go to that drug program. Hold their hand. Good morning, Gary. The Serenity player. Give me the strength to change things and don't worry about whatever it says. Respect that. Do what you got to do to get off paper, and then your battle just begun. Because it's going to be an uphill battle, but you can do it. You can rock out. I did it. I got me another city gig. Yes, I worked for the city again with a felony. Yes, I did jury duty again with a felony. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I voted with a felony. Don't let nobody tell you no different. It's your boy Big G, the CO, and I'm out. Listen, we all got to rock out and we got to do what we got to do to stay free. Your kids need you. Your moms, your family, everybody needs you out in the streets doing what you got to do. Especially if they got your back. Don't let them down. Don't let yourself down. Big G, and I'm out.